Welcome in, everybody. It is Throwback Thursday, and we've got all sorts of stuff to throw back to. Plus, we're going to talk about your Internal Revenue Service needs. It is tax season, and so if you are an accountant, a CPA, you already know. If you're a tax preparer at our friends at all the different places that you can go, or maybe you're one of the VITA volunteers that helps people prepare their taxes for free. We have a lot of information that we're going to be sharing on all the upcoming shows about security, how to take care of those refunds coming your way, and make sure you don't get ripped off, make sure that you get what's coming to you, and make sure that you have some information so that if you need to file, you know how to, and you don't spend all your money on the prep and lose all the money that's coming to you.
So you filed your tax return and now you're wondering, when will I get my refund? If you e-filed your return, after 24 hours, you can go to irs.gov/refund to check on its status using our Where's My Refund tool. You can also use our IRS To Go mobile app. It usually takes 21 days to get your refund after you have e-filed your return if you choose direct deposit. Remember, don't rely on receiving a refund from the IRS by a certain date, especially when paying bills or planning to make major purchases. Some returns may require additional review and may take longer. Also, if you claim the Earned Income Tax Credit or Additional Child Tax Credit, the law says we must hold the entire refund and can't issue it before mid-February. And keep in mind the processing times of financial institutions. Check Where's My Refund for your personalized refund date. Now, should you call us to find out your refund status? No, unless Where's My Refund tells you to do so. IRS representatives will not be able to give you any additional information. Otherwise, you can keep tabs on the status of your refund by going to irs.gov/refund.
Dino Truck is coming to the Nashville Zoo starting March 10th, going through the end of July, almost to the end of July. March 10th, get your tickets at nashvillezoo.org. And I might suggest a family pass. When it comes to the summertime, there are so many great things happening at the zoo. You can go every single day if you're a member, and it's so inexpensive for families. And maybe you want to consider buying a family gift. Experiences don't take up storage space, only in your heart and your head. That's the storage place that they go to. Hey, let's head to Hendersonville now for our Friday Chamber Chat with Kathleen Hawkins.
Hi, Kathleen Hawkins here, proud president and CEO of the Hendersonville Area Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm visiting our friends with Lee Company, located right across the street from Ellis Middle School on Main Street. Let's go in and find out what they can do for you, for your home, and even your business.
Here at Lee Company, we are a third-generation family-owned and operated company that started in 1944. We do our best to make life better by handling needs for our customers' home, facilities, and construction projects. We have more than 1,500 employees and offer comprehensive services and trust-winning solutions. Our team of caring professionals builds on nearly 80 years of expertise in everything from HVAC, plumbing, electrical, appliance repair, and home improvement to huge construction projects. Lee Company works with homeowners throughout the region and with clients in government, institutional, commercial, healthcare, and industrial organizations. Our mission and expertise is helping you and giving back to the communities that we call home. We opened up our Hendersonville location in 2020 and have been proud to serve this community for over 2 years. Want to know more or give us a try? My name's Nate Hertzke with Lee Company, and you can check us out online at leecompany.com. I look forward to meeting you and serving your customers' needs.
So my President's Pick of the Day is Lee Company. For all of your heating, AC, plumbing, electrical, appliances, and home maintenance, visit leecompany.com. Tell them I sent you.
I'm going to teach you now a quick, easy, and delicious recipe for your dinner.
Doesn't that look delish? Okay, I'm just going to tell you, one of my comfort foods is ramen noodles. I know it's a thing when it's cheap and you're in college, and it became my comfort food. And I like recipes with ramen noodles. Come on now. And I remember going to a church potluck, and my friend Lawrence brought in over at Kingston Springs, Church of the Nazarene. He brought in this crock pot filled with cabbage and onions and ground beef and a ramen noodle thing. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So I thought I'd share that on the Daily Yummy, brought to you by This Week for the Nashville Predators.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd. The goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Don't miss a minute of the action this season. Visit NashvillePredators.com/tickets to get your seats today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Well, the Predators, we've got some very important Main Street media news we're going to be announcing in the coming weeks. So stay tuned to all the Main Street media newspapers and all the Main Street media Facebook pages. And of course, on Instagram, LinkedIn, we're going to be keeping you posted. Now let's talk about the new class of the Nashville Police. There's a whole new graduating class from the academy. And for that, we go to our Chief of Police.
I want to thank you. You made a great decision. You have a city that completely supports you. Your training hats will be in my office as the proudest thing that I have. And we are so proud of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department. You've got a team of people who are committed to innovation, to always making it better, to listening, to partnering with the community.
A lot of people see us in uniform and they don't know that we love, that we hurt, that we cry, that we have families, and that we're people. But then sometimes in the uniform, we got to realize the same with other people too. We treat everyone with dignity and respect, and we are a great police department. And don't let people tell you because of what happened in Memphis that we're all like that, because we're not. We know that we still have a lot of work to do. We know that we have to catch the bad guy, and we do. But we identify that person in a no-harm approach. We don't oversaturate neighborhoods, and we've been very, very effective. We've had police departments from all over the country come here to visit us to see what we're doing. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the work that our men and women are doing. I'm proud that you all picked this police department.
There's been more talk in the country about CPR and AEDs, or automated external defibrillators, in the wake of NFL player Damar Hamlin collapsing on the field. We visited with the Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department to talk about the importance of knowing CPR and having an AED on hand for medical emergencies.
CPR is the most important thing that you can start on somebody. And then the next important thing you can do is, of course, call 911 and get everybody activated. And then the next thing we need to do is find out if there's an AED around. Okay, if there's an AED available, we absolutely want to get that and get it put on that patient.
When do we do this?
We perform CPR weekly. Maybe not every station, but as a department, we perform CPR weekly. Anyone that carries a medical license has to be recertified every 2 years.
Captain Wittenberg goes through steps of what to do if somebody collapses and is in need of medical attention. First scenario is when there's not an AED available.
Whenever we get on the scene, the first thing we always do is make sure our scene is safe. We're going to come up, tap and shout, hey, 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 are you okay? There's no response. I'm going to look for breathing. I'm either going to do that by placing a hand on their chest or putting my face down next to theirs, trying to feel that breath. There's no breathing. I'm going to have somebody call 911. To start our compressions, we're going to come to the center of the patient's chest. You're going to put one hand down. You're going to put the other hand over. You're going to interlace your fingers. You want to kind of rock your hand back on the chest so you're actually doing compressions with the heel of your hand. You want to keep your arms straight. You want to keep them locked out. We really want to do compressions from our hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. Okay, then we take our breathing barrier, place that over the face. We want to push straight down into the face, do a head tilt chin lift, which opens the airway, lifts the tongue out of the back of the throat, and then we're going to give a breath until we see the chest rise. We're going to give 2 breaths, and then we're going to get right back on our compressions. If I don't have any kind of breathing barrier, then we can just do continuous compressions. I'm not stopping at 30. I'm just going to keep compressing this person's chest. So every 2 minutes, we want to reassess our patient to see if they may be breathing.
This scenario is when there is an AED available.
Once that AED arrives, the most important thing that you can do is turn it on. Once you turn the device on, it's going to walk you through everything that you need to do next.
Unit OK. If patient is a child, press child button.
This one actually has a child button feature that would take it from an adult dose to a pediatric dose.
Remove pad package.
It's going to tell you to take the pad package out, and we're going to place it on our patient. They're all going to have diagrams on here on where to place the pads. Upper right chest, lower left abdomen, and then it also, for this model, it has this puck that sits in the chest that actually gives us that feedback.
Don't touch patient. Analyzing.
Okay, so it's analyzing the heart rhythm there.
Don't touch patient. Analyzing. Shock advised.
It recognized one of the 2 rhythms that we want to shock. You want to make sure everybody's clear. We're going to push our shock button.
Shock delivered.
The shock's been delivered.
Start CPR.
And then it's going to tell us to start CPR.
To match the tone.
Remember, every 2 minutes, this is going to automatically reanalyze for you.
Stop CPR.
Okay, so we're stopped. We're going to analyze.
No shock advised.
Okay, so there's no shock advised.
CPR.
Okay, the biggest thing here is with your AED, Never turn it off, never take it off. Leave this AED on the patient. If it says no shock advised, it's okay. In 2 more minutes, it's going to reanalyze for us again. So we might be able to shock at that point.
Captain Wittenberg wants to encourage citizens of any age to take CPR class, which will also cover AED training.
It's easy to learn. A basic CPR class takes about 2 hours. There are several places right here in Murfreesboro that teach CPR. All CPR classes are going to talk about AEDs as well. And then you can go a little bit farther and do maybe a first aid class along with that.
I think that is so important. Back when I was in college, they offered physical education classes. You had to get a couple of credits down. I said, you know what? I probably didn't need bowling or diving or flag football as my physical education. I took first aid and learning how to do CPR, the Heimlich, how to administer certain life-saving procedures. That was before they had AEDs as something that was an equipment, piece of equipment that we could as regular people use. So I hope that you'll take that into consideration. Maybe you learn something from that. You can always go back and watch that and have some of the details that will help you in case somebody around you needs your help. I remember Annie, resuscitation Annie. We always had those, and we had, the alcohol swabs. We didn't have mouth barriers back then. We just learned how to do regular resuscitation. But I'm really glad that now there is equipment that we can use. Hey, let's head off to Clarksville now. There is a very, very cool venue that you might not know about.
Hey everybody, I'm Elizabeth Quinton. I'm the event planning manager here at the Downtown Commons. I am the person behind all the events here that takes place throughout the year. We do 12 concerts a year. We do Downtown at Sundown that takes place the first and third Friday every single month from May to October. We do a movie night every single month as well. We also have tons of worship nights. We have sunset yoga. We have lawn games, and we also have a fun new event going on this fall. We have a couple watch parties planned, and we also are bringing back the Nashville Symphony. Here at the Downtown Commons, we have an event for everybody. Whether you're 4 years old or 84 years old, we have something planned for you. For all of our youngins, we do have the movie nights, we have the water feature, and we have tons of lawn games out that you guys can enjoy. But also, we make sure we hit the adults as well with some good old concerts, some tribute bands, and we have some Nashville Symphony, we have some watch parties planned. So we really try to cater and welcome everybody here to the Downtown Commons. Here at the Downtown Commons, we have tons of events that you guys can do. So if you plan to come out to see our water feature, make sure you bring a bathing suit and some water shoes. But for our concerts, make sure you bring chairs and blankets and food if you wanted to. At all of our concerts, we do have food trucks and we do have beer available for sale. So just make sure you bring your chairs and blankets and enjoy the show. When you come to the Downtown Commons, our biggest thing is for people to feel welcomed here. Whether we have movies, we have concerts, we have watch parties, we want everybody to come here and feel welcomed and feel like they're a part of the community as you get to know people that are sitting next to you or around you, to make sure that you feel welcomed here and not only Clarksville but at the Downtown Commons.
We have so many people who are tourists to Nashville that a lot of people who are in Nashville look for places out to do things fun on the weekend and not have to fight the crowds of tourists. We love our tourists, and we love when tourists come to town. And we're getting into the height of the season. So I want you to know some of the places around Middle Tennessee, and every single show, every single day, we try to show you new venues and places that you can go. And of course, if you want to really know all the things about Clarksville, check out our weekly show. You can go to our Main Street Media Television YouTube channel or our app and look at This Week in Clarksville, hosted by Stephanie Miller. She has all the scoop on all things, and we try to rerun some of her stories. She has a fantastic one a few weeks back about a restaurant called the Mail Room. Y'all, it is so good. And it's in Clarksville, it's downtown Clarksville. They reappropriated an old post office and turned it into a restaurant, the mailroom. Check that out. Good morning to Suzanne and Mark who are watching today, to Michelle Henry. Hi there, sunshine. And Steve Burney joins us. How are you, my friend? Bobby Ross is with us, and so is Alicia Summers McLeod. A lot of our Alabama contingency is watching today. Well, you know, a lot of people are fighting about traffic, and a lot of the metropolitan areas surrounding Nashville and including Nashville are trying to fight traffic with traffic synchronization.
Hi there, I'm Hendersonville Mayor Jamie Clary, and I'm here with our Public Works Director. This is Sarah Locke, and I want to talk about traffic. I have a lot of questions, and people ask me very frequently about traffic. One of the ways that we're addressing that is through traffic light synchronization. We're helping to have all our traffic lights really talk to each other so that people can flow through Hendersonville as they're driving much, much safer and much better.
Yeah, so we do have a project for light synchronization in place. This essentially has two phases. The first phase we are now entering construction on. That will be wrapped up by the end of 2023. The first part of this project will include the infrastructure necessary for communications, as well as new traffic signal controllers. And then we will have communications to the city of Hendersonville. We will have a traffic operations center to be able to remotely alter timings and address situations that may arise. Phase 2 will include new detection for the majority of our intersections, as well as new synchronized timing plans, which will improve Main Street, Indian Lake Boulevard, New Shackle Island Road, and Anderson. And with synchronization, what we will see is improved flows through the city. Side streets may have a longer delay as we accommodate the increased volumes along the major roads. But we will see major improvements with the second phase of this project, which will begin construction hopefully the end of 2023 and conclude the end of 2024.
So you can find more information about this and keep up with the progress at the city's website, and that's at hvilletn.org. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love the ways that people are trying to solve all the people problems that are happening as we grow. Infrastructure is a big deal in handling the traffic. Well, let's head on to Franklin now for my friend in wellness, Danny Williamson. Health and wellness is something that I'm on the track all my life. I've really worked toward a healthy lifestyle, and whether I was a plus size model or whether I was on Nutrisystem as their poster child, or whether I was just me going into my 60th year in January, I'm always on a health kick. I'm always trying to, what do I need to take? What do I need to do? How do I need to eat? What exercise is best for me? Because a treadmill is not my bag. It's just not. But I will say, yesterday I was part of St. Thomas Heart out in Lebanon, Tennessee. I got my heart checked out, and he says, "So you're about to turn 60." He said, "You got a really strong heart. You must be really active." So my exercise is farm work, out in the sunshine and taking care of animals, and find out and do you. And we're going to meet Danny Williamson, who knows how to do you, right?
That's
Hi,
exactly
Danny.
right. Thank you so much. I do know how to do you, and I know how to help you do you.
That's amazing. And let's talk about this wonderful book that, first of all, Wild and Well. You are my hero. You're my hero. I'm going to get this so we can get a nice up close to you, because I love your hair. I love your look.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
crazy
you.
woman. Tell me what do you preach?
Let me tell you, I grew up in complete chaos in my household, and I was sick with irritable bowel syndrome. My mom had tried to die by suicide. My grandfather did. Lots and lots of stress in my life.
Yeah.
Diagnosed with lupus at 35, chronic itching, irritable bowel for years, depression. It took 24 years and 10 doctors. I was 44 years old, had just graduated nurse practitioner school on food stamps and a medical card because I went through a nasty divorce and I had 2 little kids. 24 years, 10 doctors before a doctor ever leaned into me and said, Danny, what are you eating? Don't you know your diet controls your symptoms? Do you take digestive enzymes and probiotics and things like that? It completely turned my entire world around, the whole trajectory of my life and my practice. I changed my entire practice. I had just spent $200,000 in an education at Vanderbilt. Never once was I told there's a root cause for your patient's heartburn or her diarrhea or her depression or her migraine headaches. They weren't born with migraine headaches. We weren't born with lupus. We turn that on. And I am living proof what you turn on, you can turn off. And I preach it from the mountaintops every single day.
Man, I just got chills. Chill bumps is what we call them where we're from. Goosebumps to some people.
Me too. It's chill bumps. Yes.
Yeah. And man, I just got them, Danny. And this is so important because people have no idea. They go on whatever the fad diet is.
Diets don't work, do they?
No.
Lifestyle works. Changing your lifestyle. The hardest thing you will ever do is change what's at the end of your fork right here. We are so emotionally connected to food. It's not everything we do revolves around food. And unfortunately, it revolves around packaged, processed, bagged, canned, fake, man-made food. We are designed to eat one ingredient, God-made food that he made, like one ingredient food, all the fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, fish, chicken, lamb, turkey you can stand. One ingredient. We put it together and make something, but we eat fake, processed, packaged food that comes out of somebody's drive-through window, and we drive through Chick-fil-A, and God love them. I don't hate Chick-fil-A, but that's not health food. It's loaded with soy and fat and sugar. And if you don't think that the food industry is controlling our health, you are sadly mistaken. There's a reason Chick-fil-A and Cracker Barrel in Lebanon taste the same in Lebanon, Tennessee as they do in San Diego, California. That food was made in a chemistry lab, and you are the lab experiment.
Whew, that's a lot. My goodness. That's a lot to even take in, but it does make sense.
It makes sense.
Because to mass produce, to mass produce food and have a congruent flavor, it literally, there is something to that. Congruent, because it has to be made the same. It can't take long to prepare.
That's right.
It has to be instant. And if you're going to have 50 items every day on a menu, you got to be able to pull those 50 items out and nuke them or whatever and get them done fast and bring them out to the. I didn't even think about that.
It's killing us, and it's killing our children. And we have the first generation of children right now in this country who are actually going to die before their parents. That's what the CDC says.
Is that not an astounding fact? The first generation who will die before their parents. Wow. So we want to encourage you to start growing things and to start eating fresh. And like Alicia said, fresh veggies, and make sure that happens. So important. To just get good water, good food, as fresh as you can be. A friend of mine said, I started shopping like a European. And I said, what is that? And she said, well, I shop every day and I get something fresh and I make it fresh that day. Okay. So it's just one of the things on the way home. It's like, what's good today? Let's make it. You guys, I forgot totally about Tracy Hits and the hits list. We're going to try to get with Tracy on the flip side. So hopefully we can talk to her, maybe put something on our show tomorrow on Farm and Friday to get us ready for the weekend. Well, be safe, everybody. Be kind. And don't forget the Just for All of Us research project. The NIH, National Institute of Health, has joined 50 Forward to get some good research on people 50 and older. So 50 Forward says, joinallofus.org/50 Forward. have your names and your medical history be counted. We want to make sure that you are in the statistics that people are using for our healthcare of the future. Speaking of healthcare, be safe, everybody. Be kind. And remember, most of all, you are loved.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main